Welcome to Fantasy Football Today for CBS Local Sports. We're getting you ready for everything you need in week number 12. Giving you starts and sits at quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. And guys, let's get right to it with the quarterbacks. This guy's been largely disappointing, but this is the week he delivered.
What are you talking about? Baker Mayfield's giving you at least 21 fantasy points each of the past 2 weeks. But for real, the offense has been playing a lot better. The addition of Kareem Hunt in this offense has made things click, and now they're playing the Dolphins. Their pass rush stinks. Their secondary is beat up. Baker Mayfield should have a huge game.
If we're starting Baker Mayfield, who are we possibly sitting?
It's hard to say this, but Aaron Rodgers, you look at what he has done on the road, over 250 yards just once in 4 games, multiple touchdowns just once in 4 games. You look at what he's done against good defenses that are not quite as good as San Francisco, but allowing less than 7 yards per attempt, same types of numbers. He's just right around 240 yards, 1 or 2 touchdowns. I don't want to start him at San Francisco.
I'm with you on both. I like Baker. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. Let's go now to the running back position. And the start of the week last week was Devin Singletary. Didn't have a great game, but wasn't exactly awful.
I'm going right back to him. Would have had a great game if he would have reached the end zone. Still averaging better than 6 yards per rush attempt. He hasn't always had the volume these last 3 weeks, but he has always had the edge on Frank Gore. And I do think Buffalo will run in this game and get him more involved in the passing game. He's a top 20 back.
Yes, catch the ball a little bit more. Only 1 catch last week against Miami. We're starting Devin Singletary, and we're sitting
Ronald Jones, who could stand to catch the ball a little bit more himself. Varians thought he was a work in progress after week 9. I wonder what he thinks about him after week 10. Just 6 touches, played only 30% of the snaps, total Dudsville, and now he's taking on the Falcons. Their defense has really turned it around since the bye week, and they've only allowed 1 rushing touchdown to a running back in their last 4. Ronald Jones, say no.
I'm actually with you, despite the fact that they allowed Christian McCaffrey to go for 191 total yards.
Different types of running backs.
Much different type of running back. So we go from the running backs to the wide receivers, and one guy coming off a bye could be really good.
He's had at least 13 PPR points in each of his past 3, and now DK Metcalf goes up against the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's on the road. I think it could actually be a sneaky, high-scoring game and a good matchup for DK Metcalf. Going up against the Eagles, he gets deep balls, he gets red zone targets, and he gets a lot of targets in general. 9 or more in 3 of his past 4 games. He only has 2 fewer targets than Tyler Lockett over the last 4 weeks. So DK Metcalf, a good start.
Should be a good game for this rookie wide receiver. What about another rookie wide receiver?
Marquise Brown has exactly 4 targets in 3 straight games. That's great in terms of consistency. That's bad for fantasy football. Only over 50 yards once since week 2, and that was against the Cincinnati Bengals. He'll face Jalen Ramsey and the Rams this week. Stay away.
From Marquise Brown, one of the rare Ravens that we actually don't like in week number 12. To recap here, our starts for this week: Baker Mayfield, Devin Singletary, DK Metcalf. You want to sit Aaron Rodgers, Ronald Jones, Marquise Brown. This has been your starts and sits for week number 12 for Fantasy Football Today on CBS Local Sports.